بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما تعلمنا وزدنا بفضلك علما وتعليما إنك على كل شيء قدير. He says, we're not going to go through the authenticity, all these things in the tahqiq. You can read all about if the books actually Imam Muslims or not, and how does it work, etc. He says, قرئ على أبي حاتم مكي بن عبدان قال: سمعت مسلم بن الحجاج القشيري يقول: بالله نستعين وبحوله نجيب ونرغب إليه في التوفيق للرشد والصواب ولا قوة إلا بالله. أما بعد فإنك يرحمك الله ذكرت أن قبلك قوما ينكرون قول القائل من أهل العلم إذا قال هذا حديث خطأ وهذا حديث صحيح، وفلان يخطئ في روايته حديث كذا والصواب ما روى فلان بخلافه، وذكرت أنهم استعظموا ذلك من قول من قاله ونسبوه إلى اغتياب الصالحين من السلف الماضين، حتى قالوا إن من ادعى تمييز خطأ روايتهم من صوابها متخرس. خرس is when you make an estimation. He's making an estimation of something. He's using this very, very fine estimation بما لا علم له به, without something he has no knowledge of. ومدع علم غيب لا يوصل إليه. Right? You're making like you have no idea what's going on. It's just random. So this book then is about Imam Muslim showing what is the methodology of Muhaddithin, and is it based on anything, or is it just random? And more importantly, do we merely accept hadiths that agree with our creed? Right? So let's compare and contrast uh, um, the Nicene Creed, like the Council of Nicaea. How did they create the Gospels? Right? How was this created? This was created on the basis of what they agree with. So they rejected what they don't agree with. Right? And so that's not the methodology. It is neither looking only at the meaning or only at the source. It's looking at both. Right? And as we'll see, inshallah. So we have an objective, real system. It's not perfect, but it is a real system of critiquing revelation, or at least what is narrated to have been revelation. واعلم وفقنا الله وإياك أن ألا أن لولا أي اللولا كثرة جهلة العوام مستنكر الحق ورأيه بالجهالة لما بان فضل عالم على جاهل ولا تبين علم من جهل. Right? So he says, just on a social level and a societal level, he says if there weren't so many people that said stupid things for no reason, you wouldn't see the difference between a scholar and a non-scholar, or it wouldn't be clear what is knowledge and what is ignorance. لكن الجاهل ينكر العلم لتركيب الجهل فيه. Right? Fool negates knowledge because of the composite misunderstanding he has. So he doesn't understand something, and behind that there's another previous misunderstanding, and before that is a previous misunderstanding. وضد العلم هو الجهل فكل ضد ناف لضده. دافع له لا محالة، فلا يهولنك استنكار جهال وكثرة الرعاع. آه لما خص به قوم وحرموه، فإن اعتداد العلم دائر إلى معدنه، والجهل واقف على أهله. Right? So he says, okay, it says the opposite of knowledge is ignorance, and every opposite opposes its opposing part. So don't be amazed or worried or concerned by how foolishly, I believe it's a ra'a, not a ra'a. Kafr ra'a, I believe the book is. Let me double check. Ra'a. Ra'a means like the hoi polloi. Ra'a wa ra'a wa ri'a. The hoi polloi. So when they deem something, so that the average person on the street, when they deem something that is specific to a certain group of people, and it's only found in them, of course they're going to just criticize it, right? So the phrase in Arabic is an insan adu ma yajhaluhu, right? Man is an enemy of that which he doesn't know. And so because his point is, because knowledge is rare, people will deny it, right? Because righteousness is rare, people will have the bad opinion of righteous people. Right? That's the very nature of it. That's how it works. وكثرة لما خص به قوم وحرموه, what certain people have been given and what they, the average Joe, has not been given. فإن اعتداد العلم دائر إلى معدنه, because knowledge, or being ready for sacred knowledge, the ability to understand knowledge, is something that is limited in its mind. It's only in that, it's limited to that place. والجهل واقف على أهله, whereas knowledge, ignorance is there with its people, limited to its people. So the people of ignorance, they're always going to criticize people of knowledge. It's just how it is, because they don't understand what you're doing. So, for example, in fiqh, someone's going to ask a fiqh question. They say, well, is it like this or like this? And they're like, well, it's like this. So what's the difference between A and B? Like, why do you even ask that question? Right? It's all the same. It's because they don't know the differences. And they just think it's kind of arbitrary. Like, this book is just full of, like, read fiqh, it just seems like nonsense, half of it, because you don't know what you're reading. Give me 1 second. So, وسألت أن أذكر لك في كتابي رواية أحاديث مما وهم قوم في روايتها، فصارت تلك الأحاديث عند أهل العلم في عداد. We usually say the word عدادي in colloquial or modern Arabic. في it is عدادي في عداد الغلط والخطأ. Right, so he said, you have asked me to write a book in which I explain hadiths that people have made mistakes in, such that these mistakes are just classic mistakes that people have known. Right? ببيان شاف مبينها لك حتى يتضح لك ولغيرك. To make it clear for you. ممن سبيله طلب الصواب. سبيلك غلط من غلط من غلط، والصواب من أصاب منهم فيها، سأذكر لك إن شاء الله تعالى من ذلك ما يرشدك الله. وتهجم literally وتهجم literally kind of comes over الأكثر مما أذكره لك في كتابي، وبالله توفيق. فمنهم الحافظ المتقن، المتقن الحفظ أو الحفظ أو الحفظ right. يتقن حفظه. المتوقي لما يلزم توقيه فيه right. They're very very careful. ومنهم المتساهل المشيب حفظه بتوهم يتوهمه. So here the word mashib, I believe the word should be mashub. I have so my other edition it says in Lisan Arab that mashib is means mixed. Should be from the word shob, mashub. Let's have a look. Maybe it's kind of a different way. Mashib. So mashib should be from shabe. Al mashib is going grey head itself. But mushib is what? Mushib is from ashaba. Means to make someone go ahead. So I don't think it's from the word shape, it's from the word shob. Let's have a quick look. Lisan Arab. Yeah, look. So I'm looking now at I'll share the screen with you all. From shob. So I looked at Lisan Arab, I couldn't find mashib. So الشوب is الخلط. شاب الشيء شوبا خلطه. شبته أشوبه خلطته. فهو مشوب. Right? Now, can we say mashib? I don't see why we'd say mashib. Allahu A'lam. Sometimes the wow changes into a yeah. I'll try and research it, inshallah, see if there's a watch for that. Allah, by the way. Allahu A'lam. It should be mashubun mutasahil. مشوب حفظه بكذا. Right? Something's مشوب بكذا, mixed with. بتوهم يتوهمه, there's mistakes he makes. أو تلقين يلقنه من غيره فيخلطه بحفظه. Right? Somebody read his hadith to him incorrectly, and then he mixes that up. The next time he quotes his own hadith, he adds that to it. ثم لا يميزه عن عدائه إلى غيره. Now he mixes his own hadiths up. ومنهم من همه حفظ متون أحاديث دون أسانيدها. Right? Like the fuqaha. فيتواهن بحفظ الأثر. يتخرصها من بعد ومن بعده. فيحيلها بالتوهم على قوم غير الذين أدى إليه عندهم. Right? So somebody who's not specialized in hadith, somebody who's not specialized in the hadith of this place and doesn't care too much, it's probably this, right? He mixes things up. وكل ما قلنا من هذا في رواية الحديث ونقال الأخبار فهو موجود مستفيض, is well known or widespread. وما ذكرت لك من منازلهم في الحفظ وراتبهم فيه فليس من ناقل خبر وحامل أثر من السلف الماضين إلى زماننا وإن كان من أحفظ الناس وأشد. This is a very important quote to read. You know? وإن كان من أحفظ الناس وأشدهم توقيا وإتقانا لما يحفظ وينقل إلا الغلط والسهو ممكن في حفظه ونقله. فكيف بمن وصفت لك ممن طريقه الغفلة والسهولة في ذلك. Right? So this is really one of the most important quotes you can imagine. Why? Because it tells us that hadith or ahad are dhanni. So it doesn't matter how amazing the chain of transmission is, at the end of the day, it's going to be dhanni. So we can still have debate over the content, debate over all sorts of things. ثم أول ما أذكر لك بعدما وصفت مما يجب عليك معرفته قبل ذكري لك ما سألت من الأحاديث. من الأحاديث السمة. حديث I have yatima, al-hadith min hadith al-yatima, the rare, not a sima, al-yatima. This is a ya and a ta and a ya, not a sin. Okay. اليتيمة التي تعرف بها خطأ التي تعرف بها خطأ المخطئ في الحديث وصواب غيره إذا أصاب فيه. right? فَعَلَم, and he's going to go now on to various mistakes. And so we're going to see this methodology. How do we find mistakes in books and hadiths? How do you find these things? And he's going to give us example after example after example. Inshallah, we'll come back to this next week. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. سبحان الله وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.